All right, November 1938, Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys went to a recording studio in Dallas, Texas. And they had not had a good string of recordings over the last 6 months or so. And when they went into the studio, Bob Wills had a song in mind, and it was a rewrite of another tune called the Spanish Two-Step. That was an old song. So he had kind of rearranged it a little bit and turned it into something else, but he didn't even have a name for it. It was a fiddle tune, didn't have words, didn't have a name. So he played the song for the studio engineer, and the studio engineer, who by the way was a future Hall of Fame, country music Hall of Fame member named Art Satherley. That guy said, "Man, that sounds good, let's record it." And he said, "Why don't you call it San Antonio Rose?" And where he came up with that name, who knows, but so they said, okay, so they did. They recorded it with Bob Wills playing the fiddle, Leon McAuliffe playing steel guitar. The song had no words to it, and they recorded it. And let me tell you, if you can ever listen to the 1938 recording of San Antonio Rose, it is just beautiful. Oh, it's just a fantastic recording. So they recorded it. Sure enough, it made a big hit. And then, not long later, this dark-suited man from New York came down. He was working for the Irving Berlin Recording Company. Came down to Texas and told Bob Wills, "Sir, if you would put words to that song, it will cement your legacy. You know, this will be your song." So lots of people made attempts, and some people were sending attempts to Bob Wills, and he didn't really like it. And finally, the band got together, and they started working on it. And remember, they had a tune, and they had a song title, and that's all they had. And they came up with the words for San Antonio Rose. And in 1940, a year and a half after they had first recorded it, they went back to the recording studio. This time they were a big band. They were like Glenn Miller or Tommy Dorsey, whatever. Bob Wills had a big band, and they recorded what they called New San Antonio Rose. Didn't have a single fiddle on the recording that time, and the great Tommy Duncan sang vocals on it. And needless to say, that song did rocket Bob Wills up into country music stardom. He was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1968. Bob Wills, standing over here, is going to play the fiddle part, a.k.a. Paul Schlesinger. And Terry Barnett, you going to play the Leon McAuliffe steel guitar part? Yeah, why not? And then I'm going to pretend to be Tommy Duncan, and we're going to do it, by golly. San Antonio Rose. As the blue up above, a moonlit path that only she would know. Still hears my broken song of love. Moon in all your splendor, only my heart. Hold back my rose, rose of San Antonio. Lips so sweet and tender, like petals falling apart. Sweet once again, oh my love, my own. Broken song, empty words I know, still live in my heart all alone. For that moon that passed by the Alamo and rose my rose with San Antonio. So sweet and tender, and petals falling apart. Sing once again of my love, my hope. Broken song, empty words I know, still live in my heart all alone. For that moon that passed by the Alamo and rose my rose of San Antonio, and rose my rose of San Antonio.